Hey everybody, it's Morgan at Wild West Garage. Thanks for tuning in again. So in my last video I showed you how I got started on this piece behind my head here. So in this video I'm going to show you how I finished that piece off. As that goes down, this bows up here, so I keep kind of going back and forth, compensating for that. See, my bend is outside my line there now. I'll just bring it back over here and correct that. Sure you can still see what I'm doing, sorta. Now that I got that turning a bit, I might be able to just clamp this down in here and go for it. If I can swing inside this race, that is. Wants to tip up on me. See how this goes here. Just took the skin off my thumb knuckle. Going though. Just have to work this area down here. You gotta tell yourself it's gonna get ugly before it gets pretty. It's the ugly duckling stage. Some nasty sharp edges on here I gotta get rid of. Coming. Slowly. I'll check back with you later. So after quite a bit more smashing and bashing, it's starting to take shape. And I don't know if you noticed or I talked about this. This was curving a little bit. That's okay if I end up with a little bit of curve in that, because the car has curve there too. So if it curves this way and this way, that's good. But see, here. So I had the template on there, and it actually matches really good. But you can see the bottom doesn't line up anymore, so I need to move this bend out, kind of like on the trunk lid. So I'm going to move material from this face to this face. This is the trunk opening. The same thing I did on the piece on the car there. So just hold it on the edge along this line and just gradually move this down. Now that line is moved out to the edge. So now the bottom is parallel again, and the line matches up. Do a little bit more cleanup on this. just gonna keep, it's not quite 90 yet, so I'm just gonna keep working on it. It's getting close. So I just spent the last few minutes here, had it in the bearing race again, and just had this backing it up as well. Just striking it like that. So I'm going to varnish this out a bit now against the flat face here. So I'm not striking it out here anymore on this part here, just because I got to fold this back like this. So now I'm going to have to shrink that. So I'm just letting this do whatever it wants. I only need about that much anyways, right here. So I'm just going to work on this like 1 inch or 7/8 of an inch area right here. Check it on my template. It's looking really good. It's pretty much 90 now. I've just got to kind of clean it up a bit. Since this has got a bit of a curve in it this way now, I can't hold it against the flat side. I got to hold it out here on the corner. It's starting to look pretty good. Just got it over here, checking it against the trunk lid. I don't think you can argue with that. It fits perfectly. So I'll get it trimmed up. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm still gonna work this edge over just to, it's not 90 there, so like it's not 90 there, this bend here, so I think I'll just leave it alone. It's gonna match pretty good. So now I gotta turn this edge back parallel with this edge. So I'll have to do some, yeah, it looks about the same. Okay, let's do that now. So now I've marked this out with this piece of tape where I have to bend it back. Can't even see that. So now what I'm going to do is see where I've got that tape there. I'm going to bend this back now along that line. Then I'm going to have to shrink this. See, it actually split a little bit there from the stretching. There's a bit of a cut there and it just opened up, but that's all right. I'll shrink that back, and if I have to, I can just weld that up. So I'm just going to use vice grips to bend this back. I'll make sure you can see that. Yep. So I'll just gradually work this back. Now that I've got it bent back a little bit, I'm going to put it in the shrinker. Kind of mangled and it's a bit curved, so it's a little hard to get it in the jaws. I'm just going to hammer this down a little bit. There we go. So because this is shrinking, it's basically bending itself back to 90 because it's got no other choice, right? It's got to go somewhere, and because I've started that bend with the pliers, it kind of volunteers as it straightens out. I think that's probably good. See that? How that? Going back parallel to this. Going back parallel to this surface now. I'll just planish that up a little bit. I think I shrunk it a little bit too much. Taking this, it's pulled this down here. So I'll just expand it a bit and we'll go back. Okay, that's bending back up now. So there we go. Not really hard to do, just gotta persevere and it'll come. It's just pretty basic, stretching and shrinking. Bending, stretching and shrinking, basically. 3 elements that you need to make a part. There we go. Fitting fairly well. Once I get it all trimmed out, it should go in there nicely. Trimmed and ready. So, see that? It's sitting a little high here, but I'll just push that down when I tack it. Everywhere else it's fitting good. It's a little high there. There again, I'll just push that down when I start welding as I go along. Just weld it where it's flush and just keep moving down here. See, it's actually a little high, so as I come down, pushing this down, that'll come down a little bit. But yeah, no, it looks good. Seems nice along the bottom. Anyways, I'll just blow a little zinc on the back of it and weld it in there. I just like the look of it. I want to keep it. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but this is what I spray inside my panels. And some of them I've done with just regular like rust paint, like, you know, Krylon rust paint or whatever. But I'm just finding that this, I bought some of that weld through primer, and I think I used it maybe 2 or 3 times and the nozzle plugged up. So I couldn't even use it anymore. It's still pretty full. It's just annoying, but I've been using this can. I think I bought it at the same time, and I've been spraying out of this thing for, you know, as long as that, as I've had that, well, longer, because I've been using this and I can't use the other stuff. But the thing I find with the weld-through primer is it doesn't hold on to anything. Like, it just rubs off. Whereas this stuff kind of has a bit of binder in it. And, you know, weld-through primer isn't really weld-through primer anyways. It's weld-around primer. you know, you still need to have clean metal where you're welding. Like if you don't, it spatters and spits and gets porosity in it. So I just mask off the areas that I don't want the stuff on. And yeah, it seems to be working out good. So, and it covers really well. Don't seem to need a lot of it. And does what it does, right? Load it in. So anyways, you got to make sure you let this stuff dry before you start welding or it starts on fire. Don't ask me how I know that. There we go. I'm gonna probably end this one here. Got quite a bit of footage on this one. So rinse and repeat for the other side. And yeah, we're getting there. Thanks for watching.